nothing but a gangsta party.
Oh shit. You done fucked up, man. You done put two of them, man.
Hey everybody, it's Thomas Payne, Prison Promise OGs Tales of Redemption, sponsored by STP Entertainment. This is part 2 with our conversation with Danielle. This time we're going to get more in depth on some things so you guys get more knowledge about what's going on with Danielle and the system and how Danielle is perceived in the world. So let's get at it. Here we go again, Danielle, part 2. I got a couple questions for you.
All right.
All right. How would you define the obstacles you battle as a black woman and gay?
As a black woman and gay?
Yeah.
I don't think I look at anything as being gay because I'm kind of weird. As far as my sexuality, I'm kind of, I don't even seek after gay women. I don't.
Oh, you like them straight?
I turn
you like to break them down.
Tina Turner.
Yeah. Oh, Tina Turner.
Yeah, let me turn it. Yeah, but so I don't know if I'm as much as the part of the gay community as I should be because they just too much sometimes. Just my opinion. You know what I mean?
Well,
I'm not hating on them because I'm one of them. Obviously I am a part of that life. You know what I mean? But I don't base nothing off of my sexuality. I don't go in like, oh, I need this right because I'm gay, or I need this because of this, or I don't do that. You know what I mean? I try to go.
You don't feel entitled.
Nothing like that. You know, I try to use whatever I know up here and here, and I execute that way. Whether it's me trying to get a woman, me trying to get a job, whatever I'm trying to do. I just use my knowledge to go further in life. I don't try to use my gender or my sexuality as a stepping stone. I don't do that.
Okay, how you think let's see, do you see the black community supporting you in as being gay or black?
Yeah, I do. I don't think that I'm not supported by the black community at all. I think they are behind me 100%. Like I said, you got your fakes and your phonies. Yeah. You got people that supporting you for their own agendas and stuff like that sometimes. Everything's give and take, you know what I mean? But I don't think that they don't support me. Everything I do, my brand is stories of a young black poet.
Right.
Everything is stories of a young black poet.
Right.
And I do everything for us, you know what I mean? I'm not saying it ain't for nobody else.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying I don't want to branch off, you know what I mean? But it started like that because I wanted to teach kids that look like me, that's gay like me, that's black like me, that's going through things like me, that they can do something different. It's okay, and you can still prevail regardless of what you got going on, what you come from.
How do you see the white community? How do they respond to you?
I think they love me too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
so I think love all around them.
Yeah. I mean, my white fan base is awesome. I have a lot of people I went to. I got my audience. That's why I have to be careful about what message I send. I'm very honest at all times, but I got fans all the way from 70, 80 years old to 8-year-olds. Right. You know what I mean? So I have to make sure I execute on all levels. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't think words don't have color. You know, it's black ink on white paper.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's going to resonate with everybody. Yeah. No matter who it is.
I like that right there. How do you describe the discrimination that you have encountered?
I just feel like my biggest enemy is the police, Butler County.
Well, how do they treat you? How do they treat you?
Like shit.
I mean,
they still treat me like shit.
Give me an example.
They still feel like I'm a notorious drug dealer who do all kind of shit that people just lie on you, and I feel like they don't want me to be nothing else than what I've been.
Right.
Because if I'm out, you know what I mean, they don't got a job to do. If we get out, it ain't shit. That's what they call that shit.
What, revolving door?
No, you know what I mean? You know how the recidivism rates are high and shit like that.
Right.
They need to keep that up.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's job security. I'm sorry. That's job security. You know what I mean? So the more people that figure things out and figure out different angles, the less shit they gonna have to do. You know what I mean? They gonna always look at me, not all of them, because I got officers that I used to run from, and I used to make them chase me every time they seen me when I was young.
That was my thing.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, bitch, you got to catch me.
Yeah,
you know, I'm taking off.
Can.
Yeah, I'm taking off running. But them the same ones, Holly Owens, Denny Jordan in Middletown, like they write my books. They pull. I mean, I knew I was doing good when I got pulled over and asked for my autograph.
Oh, okay.
On a book.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But for the most part, the ones that don't know me and the ones that already got their mind made up about me, fuck them. I can't even I can't even care about it.
And that's sad when somebody had their mind already made up about you and they don't even know you.
They gonna take whatever, you know what I mean, whatever they peons and whatever they little rats or whatever they, you know what I mean, whatever they got going on, and that's something else. I'm not working for the police. Fuck y'all. Do your job on y'all's own.
That's what it's about.
Yeah, because I don't wish jail on my worst enemy. I don't. It's the damn devil here on earth. I mean, it's the hell on earth.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean? Like, you can get in there and if you strong enough in your brain, you know what I mean, you can move through it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if you not, I done seen it, people go crazy. They go in there and they don't come out the same.
Yeah, you
know what I mean? Like, it mentally breaks you down. Like, you know what I mean? And if you don't got that, it's bad.
Strong mentality,
yeah, like it could be bad for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've seen people, I was just talking to him about a doctor I was in there with. Over time, she lost her mind being on different meds and stuff like that. It just broke her down mentally because she had never been through nothing like that. So.
Yeah, you know, on the part about running, I used to run too.
And as soon as we made eye contact, I used to take off running from their ass.
Yeah, if you make eye contact,
and they couldn't catch me.
Yeah, because I used to tell them,
do hurdles, all that.
Yeah, I used to tell them, catch me if you can, because I'm the gingerbread man. Well, I was up out of there, Joe. It wasn't no catching me. But that's just the thing when a lot of people have an opinion already formed about you, they never give you a chance to show them who you really are. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, I don't agree with like POs and the courts, the prison system. They'll read a file.
Yep.
They'll read a file on you that somebody else wrote, and you don't know how that person even felt about you.
Yep.
So they write all this stuff in the file, and that's you.
Yep.
And let them tell it. That's you.
Every time I used to get pulled over, they draw their guns on me because in a system it says armed and dangerous.
Right.
Because when I was young, 17 years old, I went to jail for a violent crime that for a gun, they ain't even the fuck fine. Y'all never even found the gun.
But they locked you up.
But they locked me up for the gun.
Yeah, because
you know what I mean? Like, so it's just like now every time I encounter the police, y'all pulling guns on me and shit like that because of what somebody wrote. Just like you just said. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a mess.
How do you want people to view Danielle Calhoun?
I never cared.
No, but I mean, I'm talking
about nowadays I still can't care because I care about the kids, how they look at me. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like the kids is the future. I don't care about nobody's opinion. If you got something good for me and you think good of me and we can have a good relationship and you can get to know me and I can get to know you and we can come together, that's great.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's awesome. You know, I'm always up for that. But if you don't like me, I'm not about to break my neck to try to get you to. You know what I mean? Like, it's other people that do. My nephews love my dirty draws. Right. Long as they do, I don't care who don't. You know what I mean? So, like, it's like the kids, like, that's why I ventured off into the children's books and stuff like that, because I care how they look.
Right.
That's why that's why I started writing books. I don't want my nephews. People die out here in these streets or even live a long life. Or they can say, oh, my daddy was a good daddy. He sold drugs, but he make sure they want nothing else good to say.
Right.
He was a good daddy and this and that, but I want them to be able to brag on their aunt. My aunt was an author. My aunt was a producer. Exactly. My aunt was you know what I mean?
But that gives him something to build on too.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? And that's the only thing that made me want to do it when I started having nephews. That was it.
I'm like you more and more we talk, because I like what you're doing. I like where your head is. I like where your focus is and where your drive is. Yeah. Because, you know, you said the key thing, F everybody else, it's about the kids.
It's about the kids.
See, now, if more people thought like that, our kids wouldn't be doing the crazy things that they're doing in the world right now.
I take the kids, like, I do a lot of poetry-based film, like where I do a voiceover and I got people acting out my poems. I started off doing that. Those was my little versions of short films, you know what I mean, before I actually started doing docs and stuff. And I would go get the kids that I knew was out gang banging, the motherfuckers self smoking weed. Get y'all, come on, because they always looked up to me.
Right.
I always drove a nice car, dressed nice, you know what I mean? So when I'm pulling, they go stuff. So then when I write a book, they really like, oh my God, you wrote a book?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's shit, because kids are still like right in the middle, like where adults are here and children are here. It's critical ages between the ages, like I say, like 11 through 16, where you shaping. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, and if you don't got really nothing to look up to at them ages, like, you fucked.
Yeah, you right.
You know what I mean? Like, so, like, I try to go get all of them. I snatch their ass off the block. Get in the car. Come on. You know what I mean? You going with me. Right. We about to do this. This what you doing today. You know what I mean? And I got a lot of kids that I done snatched off. Even kids that was fake beefing with each other. Didn't like each other. I done brought them together. Come on, we about to do a little short film. We about to do this movie. We about to do this. Yeah, especially if I had some pretty girls in there, these little niggas that's thinking that gang banging, they gonna put the gun down and go see these titties. You know what I mean? They gonna go see. Right. They gonna go see about it. You know what I mean? Whatever you gotta do. Right. Whatever you gotta do to get them to put it down for a second. You know what I mean?
That's all
so
it
like,
takes.
yeah, like
the way they think.
Yeah, that's all I care about. Like, I can't care about what somebody that's 50 and ain't accomplished shit, got some 60 and ain't
You're absolutely right.
What does your opinion even matter?
Yeah, who are you anyway?
Who are you?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, so it's like I can't care about it, and I'm not going to, because care too much about something, it takes control.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Too much of anything ain't good for you.
What would you tell a young Danielle today?
Shit. I don't even.
Yes, you do. You know.
I don't, because a part of me feel like I had to go through every fucking thing I went through. I did 9 years in foster care, right? Mm-hmm. I went to prison and did 9 years. It took me 9 years to get off over my foster care. Mm-hmm. It took me 9 years to come up out of it completely. It's like, only thing that I would say is stay put, because I had good people around me. I had some good people around me, and I couldn't see nothing but my mom, so I used to run away, and, you know what I mean, shit like that. And I feel like if I would have stayed in some of them foster homes off in Cincinnati, I probably would have been this person a little bit sooner than, you know what I mean, I probably would have saved me from, I was going to performing arts for my writing, I was, you know what I mean, in foster care and shit like that, but I couldn't. I wanted my family so bad, like I had a deep longing just to be there, you know what I mean? And I couldn't see shit else, like, and if I knew what I knew now, I wouldn't have never even came back to my family. Some people ain't good for you. Yeah,
so the advice that you would really give someone, a young Danielle, is stay grounded, stay focused, stay determined, stay hungry.
Stay where you at, because sometimes we don't see it, but whoever you choose to believe in, you know what I mean, God, whatever, the universe, you know what I mean, sometimes they bringing you up out of some shit and you don't know. I was too young to understand what I was in, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Especially after my grandma died, shit was fucked up, you know what I mean? And maybe I just was so hurt because my grandma was the one that taught me family was everything, and the fact that I wasn't with them, I couldn't see past it. Right. You know what I mean? Like I said, I had Bengals players as foster dads, and I'm going back now next week to meet with the people I was in a group home with, because I was trying to start my own group home for kids. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to meet up with Mr. Moore. I was at a place called the Hearn House, and they was a black family. It started with their mom, Miss Barb. She had like 7 kids. Mm-hmm. One of her kids was a CEO, one was a CFO, one was a CEO. Then she had the other kids running the group homes. You know what I mean? Like, and these was the first people at 11, 12, they was driving BMWs and Benzes and Lexuses. I ain't never seen no shit like that. Right. You know what I mean? I never seen a woman in that type of power. I never seen houses get built from the ground. I never seen that. Probably would have never experienced it in my whole life.
You're absolutely right.
You know what I mean? Had I not went to foster care and been there. You know what I mean? So I didn't know that they was planting them seeds, and they loved me. Like, they loved me more than they loved everybody else. They had their own kids.
They seen it in you. Miss
Barbie like, come on, Danielle, you going with me today. You know what I mean? Like, and I was bad and shit like that, but they didn't ever give up on me. You know what I mean? Exactly. I just used to run away, and then I ended up going to prison. You know what I mean? I aged out and went to prison because I went home for 2 weeks to Middletown and did some bullshit. And I went to prison for 9 years.
Damn.
You know what I mean? So, like, if I would have just stayed away from that shit,
Right.
Because nothing or nobody there was good for me.
Nah, the streets. That's how the streets.
You know what I mean? Like,
we just talked about earlier.
it just
The
wasn't
streets-
good for me. And when you so tied in and connected to certain things, they pull at your heartstrings. And it come in in the form of your fucking grandma or your mom, or you know what I mean? It's keeping you there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And you know, like we was talking about earlier, the streets. I mean, the streets don't give a damn about you.
Right.
They don't. You can't. All the shit we did in the streets, we can't get no retirement from that. No. All these guys out there in the streets, loving the streets, and most of them don't own nothing on the street. So you out here protecting somebody else's property.
I tell that to young guys all the time. How does your block you only own a house?
Yeah, don't own nothing, but you out here going to shoot and kill and protect the street, and you don't even own nothing on it.
Chew your ass up and spit you back out.
Yeah.
And I feel like that about these damn snitches out here too.
Right.
These police gonna use your ass until they can't no more, and then they coming to get your ass next.
Yeah, without a doubt.
You know what I mean? Like, so you willing to, I don't know, take a man from their family, take a woman from, you know what I mean? Do all of that over some shit that you got yourself caught up in. You working with these people, they don't give a fuck about you. They give a fuck about their quota.
Yeah, you ain't.
You know
shit.
what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So like, it's just, I don't know. It's just different things. But I don't regret nothing that I went through, even though it was painful. I think I done been hurt so much. Like, you know what I mean? Just being a woman, I feel everything on a
different level.
Yeah, on a different level,
Right.
and just being in tune with myself and my intuition. I'm very much can feel things. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I know when some shit ain't right. You know what I mean? I'm bothered. I'm aggravated. You know what I mean? I know, like, and being in tune and being woke, as they would say it, keeps you lonely. You looking at people, you don't want to have stupid conversations. You don't got time to waste with people.
You ain't got time.
You know what I
for
mean?
nothing.
Like, you don't.
I know.
And you lonely because you don't want to dumb down to even deal with motherfuckers.
Yeah, because you know
what I mean?
And
Like,
that's a good way of saying it. You got to dumb
you
down
do.
to deal with people.
I gotta
nowadays.
come around and act or talk uneducated around you, motherfuckers.
Just so you can understand.
I'm done with it.
Yeah.
I don't even be want to talk no more.
Let me ask you a question. How would Danielle define success?
I feel like for me, like I said, everything that been about my nephews, because I think at a time, like when I got out of prison and my sisters had kids, my nephew D, he was only like 13, 14 months, and he just act like he knew me his whole little life, you know what I mean? And he was just like so obsessed with me, you know what I mean? And just, it still is, you know what I mean? Like, still is. And like, success for me would just be me and them knowing that there's nothing I wouldn't do for them, and me changing, them knowing that I was willing to change certain things that I even believed in or stood on, you know what I mean, to make sure that they have a better chance than I did, you know what I mean? Like, and I don't feel like I don't have a chance, but I want them to know young that they got something, a solid foundation to stand on.
Right.
Because if I don't, I still don't got that with my mom. My mom went through money. My mom was a drug addict. My mom will always be an addict, you know what I mean? But she wasn't responsible. I want to be responsible enough, you know what I mean, to have something for them when I die. Right. So many of us don't got shit. People used to work. That used to be the man's black man, white man, Mexican man. It used to be the whole goal was to work to build a home or to have a home or to buy a home to leave to their family.
Right.
Fuckers die now and don't got shit. You got to figure out, motherfuckers throwing fish fries. They don't know nothing about insurance. They don't know nothing about anything. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't want my nephews to have a poverty-stricken life, because I've slept outside. You know what I mean? Just all kind of shit as a child.
So how Danielle would describe success basically is putting the kids in a position to win.
Yeah. I don't care if I never have nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know
in the
what?
end, like, as long as they have it, if I could get the $2, $3, $4, $5, $50 million, hit the lottery right now, I would all my will and everything, my will and testament would be to my nephews, and I would die happy. Long as they got it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that's my whole aim in life. You know what I mean? Like, not my sisters, not my mama, not nobody. You know what I mean? The kids, because they got so much in them that they can do. It's the sky is the limit for them. You know what I mean? Like, and I want them to know that, because I never knew that. I never knew what I could do. You know what I mean? I never knew I could write. I never knew I could do anything. You know what I mean?
So
besides what I was seeing.
That's your way of giving back.
Yeah.
Basically.
Basically.
It is molding the kids and to be better kids.
Yeah.
To be better teenagers,
and for them to know, like,
adults.
and for them to know that there's somebody, the people, like my nephews is like a couple of them got adopted. You know what I mean? My sister lost her kids. And I still ain't stopped trying. You know what I mean? Right. I was always at court. I fought for them. That I lost. I was suicidal.
Right.
I wanted to blow my brains out when I lost. You know what I mean? But I still kept trying. I started popping up at games I knew they would be at. The foster parents ain't had no choice but to deal with me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Either
you gonna deal with me. Like, you know what I mean? We could do this the hard way or the easy way. But I got good relationships with the foster parents now.
Right.
So now I got access to them. They know I want them to know I'm a consistent source of stability in their life, and I'm not never going nowhere. I don't give a fuck how hard it is. I don't care if I gotta be ridiculed, if I get rejected. What happens? I'ma still be right here standing like a brick. Like, bro, I'm never gonna give up. You know what I mean? Because I got given up on.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Boy, and that's a mouthful right there. And it would be hard for anybody not to like you. You know what I mean? I done said here today, like I said, I knew of you when you was little.
Yeah.
You know, I knew of you. I really, you know, because I was, as I say, I was on vacation a few times.
Right,
you know, I took little trips, went to college once.
Right,
and, you know, one time I went on a Bahama trip, stayed 5 years in Bahamas. But you know, I didn't know you, but now I know you, and I've been following your work. And that's why I wanted you on this podcast with me, because I wanted a different type of people to see Danielle.
Yeah.
I want a different audience. I want my audience to get with Danielle, follow Danielle. You know what I'm saying? Get in tune with Danielle, because Danielle is got a lot to offer. And I really appreciate you taking the time to come here and do this with me, man.
Yeah, anytime.
And I really hope everybody got some knowledge about this, because I think we hit some good little angles, and I think everything went smooth. But you know, you got my vote, man. You the shit.
I appreciate it.
I give it to you, and I respect you, and I admire you for everything you've been through and where you at today.
I appreciate
it. I'm really glad you came on here. Everybody, thank you. This is Thomas Payne from Prison to Promise OG Tales of Redemption. Hope everybody got something out of the topic today with Danielle, because Danielle's a very interesting person. Get with Danielle on YouTube.
YouTube, Stories of a Young Black Poet. If you Google Stories of a Young Black Poet, all of my stuff will show up. My books, YouTube, Crack Chronicles is on there now, available now. All 4 or 5 episodes. 4 episodes. The 5th episode we'll be shooting next week.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. So now y'all got to feel it, Danielle. So get with Danielle and stay tuned to Prison to Promise OG Tales of Redemption. We got more exciting guests going to come on soon. So stay tuned and stay woke. Peace out, y'all. Prison to Promise is a podcast by Thomas Payne and produced by Dan Lyons. If you want to get a hold of Prison to Promise for any situation, you need our help, or you want to just talk to us, hit us up at prison2promise1981@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Facebook, Prison to Promise and OG's Tales of Redemption, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on Spotify. Peace out, y'all.